Hello guys and welcome back. So in the last video we just installed our packages to prepare for our profile screen functions. Okay, so now let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to move the profile screen from here. Okay, we will create like the same way we are doing these. Okay, so let's do that. So in the auth screen here, so we have first of all we have a sign-in screen, and then we have build email verification screen. Now here let's create a profile screen. Okay, so profile screen, so it's going to be okay. I don't want to start fixing that. Let's just type it properly. Yeah, it closes nicely. Now we can start building it inside here. All right, so we're going to have the context the same as the context, and then here we don't need two of these. Let's delete that, and then here it's going to be a profile screen, and then there's a actions. Okay, so here what we'll do first of all, let's first delete this action and then delete that. For now, let's just call it the way it is, like this. Okay, so let's see, let's go to main.dat here, and then we're gonna call it here. Let's do auth screens dot build profile screen. Okay, now if we come here, we're going to profile screen. Okay, so to quickly do the changes, we don't want to be logging in all the time. What I'm going to do is let's go to main.dat. For now, in the initial route here, let's just say, because we know we are authenticated, or we can just check. For now, let's do if Firebase auth dot instant dot current user does not equal to now. Let's navigate to, so if user does not equal to now, let's go to profile screen. Okay, profile route, else let's go to sign in. Okay, so that we don't need to be re-entering, because we're going to be doing a lot of reloads here. Okay, so for now we just have the check like this. Okay, so now that it's like this, if I hot reload, it's going to just take me directly to the profile screen. Okay, you can see that it has been hot reloaded because it knows that I am authenticated. Now it's taking me to the profile screen. If I'm not authenticated, it's going to take me here. Okay, so we're going to come back to this later. Great. Now, because we are working in the profile screen, we don't want to be always, if we reload, it takes us to the sign in and then we enter the details. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's come back here. So here in the profile screen, let's start making some changes. Okay, so if we want access to this avatar, if we come over here, you can see that inside here we have a widget here, which is the avatar, and then we have a placeholder, then all of that. Okay, and then we also have access to children, which means we can add more things. Okay, so on the avatar here, I can show you an example. We can just say avatar, and then if we want to have something else, we can just put secular avatar, and then okay, I don't want to deal with that. So what we can do is can call a seco avatar. Okay, because I've put up bar, okay, it has to be avatar like that. All right, so you can see that it's like that, and then if I remove that, even this child here, let's just say icon. Okay, icon, and then I can say icons dot person. Okay, person like that, and then I can put constant. All right, like for example, I've just put this as an avatar, and then if I hot reload, you can see that it has used what I've put here. Okay, So that's how we are going to customize that. We are going to put our own avatar there, the one that we can put a click event and then change the image. We are not going to use that default one. And then also we can put an app bar. So let's put app bar. So here we can just put the app bar. What is wrong here? We need to have an app bar. Just a regular app bar. So what is the problem here? We need to import that. Let's see. Okay, because we need to remove this constant keyword here. App bar, and then the leading, we can just put, do we even need the leading? Okay, maybe, yeah, let's have a constant of back button. Okay, and then the title, we can do, it's going to be a text which says profile. Then now we know that we are going to change that. So okay, so maybe let's give it bigger. Radius, let's do 60. Okay, constant. If we hot reload, you can see that now we have that. So here maybe let's do center title to true. Yeah, we have something like that. Okay, so now let's continue. So to access this, we need to put actions, and then also all of this and these are actions. Okay, so this sign out is what I meant when I just sign out here. It's just going to sign me out without showing me the am I sure to sign out. So to access that, I need to put another boolean here. There is a boolean which if you hover over here, it's going to, where is that, show link confirm, show deletion confirm dialog. Okay, so this is what I said when you said delete account, but when we just press it anyway, it's just there to confirm. Okay, so it shows us that we need to confirm, and then there's also show, yeah, actually it's the same, show deletion confirm dialog here. Okay, I'm gonna set it to true anyway, even if it did ask us show deletion confirm dialog. I'm gonna set it to true. And then what else can I show you about this? So let's go to the actions. Okay, so in the actions here, we want to access this name. Okay, so you can see that already it's giving a suggestion, but what we want is a display name. Okay, display name changed action callback. Okay, so this we are going to have first a context, and then we're going to have an old name, and then we're going to have a new name. Okay, now here we are going to have checks. So first of all, let me log. So here, once we have this, when we click here, now this is the action that is going to happen. Okay, on this action, this is where we want to save the data to Firebase. Okay, we're going to get what is being put here, and then the current name, and then save it to Firebase. So here we need to have a check. So let's just have a check. If new name, let's say if new name dot is not empty, and we want to check if it's not the name which is there. Okay, and the new name, let's put some checks to make sure it's the length is greater than 3. Okay, like that. So what we want to do here, if we meet this condition, if new name is not empty and new name dot length is greater than 3, we want to say that we have successfully changed the name, else we can show this error. Okay, So this is what will happen. So now let's hot reload. Now let's see. Let's just say type 2 letters like DE, and then let's try to save. So you can see that we are showing this name must be at least 3 characters. Okay, so but this one it has put here. Okay, so if we put now 3 letters, like we complete that, we are going to have this display name changed. Okay, now if we even check the logs here, we can say that display name change, which is printing this one because we're accessing this. Okay, so this is what we will use to save the data to Firestore, but we will not only get the name here, we also need to access the image. Okay, so now let's continue. So next, if we want to add more things in the profile screen, if you want to use it, we can have children. Okay, children here. In these children, maybe you might want to have a list tile of something like okay, if you have something like this. Okay, so let me delete this last one because I don't want the error. You can have a list of that. If we hot reload, okay, what's the problem? Okay, because it's okay, I didn't see that it's getting all this data. I don't want all of these. Let's remove, I don't want to access the data. So for example, we want to put something like a theme, and then here we can say something like change theme, and then we can have a trailing, which can be what? This can be a switch. Okay, switch, something like this. Okay, can put the constant keyword here. All right, now if we hot reload, we are going to have that child over there. Okay, you can see, okay, we did not put on change properly. We're not setting state. This is, I'm just showing you. So you can have a lot of things that you want to put here in the children. Okay, if you copy this, and then we have more things here, then we hot reload, you can put more things here, the other things that you need in your profile. Okay, so this is how you can put other settings. So now let's remove that. I was just showing you that you can do something like that. So right now, let's work on the image. We know how to access that button when you click here so that you can edit. This is the button that we need to save the data. Now let's work on the profile. I mean the user image. Okay, let's create the customizable, the reusable widget that we'll use throughout the application. Okay, so that one, I think let's create a separate widget. Okay, so the first thing that I will do is I'm going to upload another icon to use here. Okay, so let's minimize that and then minimize that. So I've got this user icon on my desktop. I'm just gonna copy it. Or maybe I'll drag. Okay, wait, let me just open that. And then what I will do here is here on the road, I will right click and create a new folder. I'm gonna name this as assets. Okay, now in the assets also I'll right click and new folder. I'm gonna name it as images. Okay, now I want to put that in the images, so let's see if I can just drag it here. I'm gonna drag it, put it on my VS Code, and then back in there. Okay, yeah, so okay, we couldn't register. Okay, anyway, I've put that in under my assets in the images user icon. Okay, so once it's there, I need to come back to paps.yml file. and then here, come down here to assets here, and then I'm gonna uncomment the assets and then comment that out, and then make sure that comes here. So here I will put assets, and then assets is like that, assets, and then images, and then I will remove all that. Okay, so this is where the assets are. Okay, now I'm gonna save. Okay, once it's been saved, then that's done. Now I think I can view this. Okay, it can't because I need to stop the application and then run it again. I want to import this asset. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, let me run it. So while it's running, we can do other things. Okay, so what we want to do is here on the utilities, I'm gonna right click and then create an asset manager class. Okay, so let's do assets manager dot dat. So here I'm gonna create a class assets manager. Okay, like that. Then we need to close it like that. So here first, this is going to be the images path, and then so what I will do is let me put the comments images path, and then here I'm going to take the user icon. So yeah, this user icon is basically just going to get the images path, and then inside here going to get this icon, but it's named as user icon. All right, so don't worry, I also put this asset in the description. You will have this if you want to use this one. Okay, so now if we come here, okay, it still can't read. Maybe it's how I've copied it, but what I'll do is I'll close the application and run it again. Okay, it doesn't matter. So now that I have this asset, I will use it when I use it. But what I will do is, I think, let me close the application and VS Code and run it again. Maybe I didn't copy it properly. So the other thing I can do is just right click here and then say review in Explorer. So let me bring it here. So this asset is under images, and then it's here. So you can see that it's here. So it's just that VS Code, I can't see it. I still can't see it here. So let me just close this and open it again so that it reloads properly. Okay, now you can see that I can see my asset here. All right, so let's close all of these. This is done now. I even have the asset here, so I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to create another folder here for widgets. Okay, so here I'm going to create new folder. This is going to be widgets. Okay, now here in the widgets, let's right click and then create a new file. This is now going to be the image avatar. Okay, what I'm going to name it, let's name it the user image avatar.dat. Okay, so this one is going to be a stateless widget. I'm going to name it user image avatar. So here, let me pass some required items. Okay, so first is going to be a radius, this dot radius. I'm going to require that radius, and then I'm going to require the file, or this will not be required, file image. So let me just bring this down like this. What else do I need? And then I'm going to need the string of the image URL. So this can be empty. Okay, and then what I need, the on pressed this dot Rest. What else do I need? I need the padding. Maybe this. I think let's pass the padding. Okay. Avatar. Padding. What else? So this by default is going to be 8.0. And then what else? Let's also pass the view on. Okay. This dot view only, because we're not going to use it only here where you can press on it. We want to use it elsewhere where we can just view it. Okay, that's why we are passing the view only. Then let's just pass that. So what do we need? First of all, it's let's initialize all these. Let's initialize all these. The view only. And then now here, let's create our avatar. So we want to keep it on the center, of course. So we're going to return the center widget. And then here, the child is going to be a stack, because we want to also put the other avatar here for pressing it. Okay. So first, let's have the circle avatar like that. And then let's import. What is the problem? We import that. So here in the circle avatar, I think we're gonna need the key. Okay, because we want to use our cached manager. Okay, so let's get the unique key. And then what else? What else do we need here? So the radius, we have put the radius, and then the background color. So yeah, it's fine, the gray. And then this one here, we're gonna do more here. So let's have a function here. Okay, in the background, I think I'm gonna say show user image. Okay, we're just gonna pass a file image here. Okay, we are going to do more here, so we need something like that. Okay, so here, if on press is not now and view only, this is only time that we are going to show this. Okay, because we don't need to show it if the view on is not true. Yeah, this is what we actually need to do here. All right, now let's see, we need to create this method as well. Okay, so the other thing as well is I don't really want to put a button here. I think I want to put another circle avatar. Okay, so what we can do is let's wrap this with another widget. So let's get the gesture detector. Gesture detector, and then on top we want to go on pressed, and then this one, instead of us that, let's get the circle avatar again. Okay, circle avatar, and then this circle avatar, maybe let's give it a smaller radius, something like 20. And then background color, we can get from the theme. Okay, theme dot of context dot primary color. And then now here, instead of this, we can just directly get an icon. Okay, let's cut this out and then put a child. Sorry, it should be inside here. Let's put a child as that icon. Okay, yeah, like that. Now let's create this method. So I'm gonna just over here and then create this method. Okay, so here it shouldn't be a file image, this should be a file. Okay, so what is it? This should be a file. Let's import the .io. Okay, not this. We're gonna just correct that. Here is going to be a file like that. Okay, now here we need to check. Okay, so if file image does not equal to now, if the file image does not equal to now, we want to show that file. Okay, so here we cannot show it like this. Here it's not this way. Is it still coming? Okay, so here we need to say file like that, and then oh sorry, that was actually correct. It should be like that. Then here we need to do file, and then we need to put the path. So file image dot path, and then here we need to show it as image provider. Okay, as image provider like that. So we can do object here. It's going to be an object like that. So if file does not equal to now is what we will show it here, and then that's it, we return. Now else if, let's click tab and then let's correct that. So here is when we want to use, so we can use network image and show the image, but the reason why we installed our cached network image is what we want to use here. Okay, so let's use that. So here, if image dot is not empty, we want to read our cached network image provider. Okay, so this one was to work, but let's use our cached network image provider for smooth experience. So let's get our cached network image provider here, and then we have to provide it with a URL, okay, which is going to be come from the image URL. Okay, now here after we show the image, we also need to use the cache manager. Okay, the cache manager, which is let's create the cache manager. Okay, let's create this cache manager. We have already created the constant. I will show you guys. Okay, so we will create our, so we're gonna name it my image cache manager. Okay, my image cache manager dot what we're gonna call it what profile, because we need to get the cache manager. We need to get the cache manager, so let's name it as profile cache manager. Okay, because there might be more. Okay, this is just going to be for the profile images. In the application we can create some cache manager for other images. Okay, so we'll create this, don't worry. And then next here we need, if none of this is there, that's when we are going to call our asset image, and then asset image we're going to call assets manager, and then in the asset manager we'll call our user icon. Okay, this is going to be, it should show just like this. What am I missing? Asset image, so asset manager, the user icon. So what's the problem here? Okay, it wants me to put a constant keyword. Okay, great. So now this is just going to be our user icon. Now let's create this my image cache manager. Okay, so for this one, let's go in the utilities here. Let's right click, new file. So this is going to be my image cache manager dot that. Okay, that's just how we're gonna name it. So class my image cache manager. So of course we're going to call that static cache manager. These are the packages that we installed. Profile cache manager. Okay, so let's close it. So this profile cache manager is what we have named it here. Okay, so now we can import this class Okay, let's copy this, my image cache manager. Yeah, it's going to be my image cache manager. Okay, yeah. Now let's import that. All right, we want to use that, so let's go here. So let's see here how we are doing it. Okay, so we're going to call cache manager, profile cache manager, and then the configuration here, we already have a constant that we created here. Okay, constants dot what did we call it? User image cache key, this one. Okay, now we want to be storing the images, like for here it says for 7 days, maybe. Yeah, that's fine, let's keep it for 7 days. Okay, and then stale period, so we have max number of cached objects. We can cache like 100 images that we cache, and then after 7 days it disposes, and then we start caching again. Okay, and then also we can have a stale period. Okay, oh, it's actually this 7 days that is here, which is a stale period. Okay, yeah, so that's just that. This is how we are going to manage our cache. Okay, we can do more here. Okay, these are the other configuration that we can do, but this is most important. Like, we need the cache key, and then we need the stale period, how long you are going to cache those images, and then how many number of images. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the profile cache manager. Okay, profile cache manager. Okay, the assistant is not helping me. Profile cache manager, like that. We can have other cache managers if our application is for like storing images, or like a social media app. We can have the cache manager for those images that we are viewing, so that we have a smooth experience. Okay, so that's it, guys. So this is going to be the user image avatar that we are going to use here. Now we just need to come to auth screen, and then in the profile, instead of this, now we can call our user image avatar. Okay, so user image avatar, like that. Just put a comma, and then we want to import these. Okay, now on the radius here we can put maybe 50.0, and then we can put a constant keyword here. All right, now if we can hot restart. Let's start the application. So now we are going to use our image here. All right, let's just wait for it to start. Okay, so now you can see that we have our avatar there. All right, now if we want to put the press button here, so the view only, we just need to call the on pressed here, and then put the pressed action. Okay, so we need to remove the constant keyword here, and then let's hot reload. You can see that once we put the on pressed, we're going to have that. Okay, so let's go back and change that to white. So that icon here, so we need to put colors dot white. Let's hot reload. All right, now we can do whatever we want here. Okay, so let's go back here, and then here let's show logo. Let's show image picker dialog, image pick dialog. Now let's hot reload. So if we click here, yeah, this is how we are going to show the image picker dialog, and then when we pick an image, we press it. So maybe let's change this to 60, put it a bit bigger like that. All right, so great guys, so that's how we are going to change our avatar here. Okay, so as you may have noticed, when you change the display name here, it's going to change even in your Firestore user object. Okay, so also we can access this sign out button. So down here we can say, is it called what, sign out action. Okay, so which is going to be a context, and then here we need to return the action. Okay, so because when we sign out here, we want to return them to sign in route. So here we can also log user signed out. Okay, so once you click here, we are going to return to the sign in screen. Okay, great. So that's it guys, we are still doing more in this profile screen. In this video we have at least showed we have created our user image avatar that we will use. Okay, next we want to click on it and then change the image here. All right, so that's it for this video guys. Looks like this has been too long. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.